Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, we get all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakakwadash, the honor to our apostles, elders, a great millstone, who will, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Let's push this great gospel of sincerity and truth. This your brother Tazakaya Howder from the great millstone, Champagne Camp. And it's coming with you a little in transit. Seen earlier there was a mass shooting up there in Minnesota, right? And hey, over here in Babylon the Great, of course people will be, hysterical and they're gonna be how they're gonna be. But man, over here, by now, when it comes to death and bloodshed, especially these mass shootings, hey, he should be desensitized from it. Should be like any other day. Now of course, always the loss of life is definitely a tragic situation, stuff like that. But it's not like it's uncommon. You should actually, if you think that we just bluffing or whatever, go look up mass shootings, like the top countries with mass shootings, so to speak, or word it how you want to word it, whatever. And you wanna know what? America is going to be at the top of that list, and not just by a slim number, like landslides, like hundreds, like thousands, like come on, like. As the scriptures say, this is the valley, the valley of death. The shadow of the valley, land of the valley of the shadow of death. Slakia. Okay, there we go. The valley of the shadow of death. So, yeah, that's over here in Babylon the Great. That was a tossing something wild, but that's over here in Babylon the Great. America. That's what King David was speaking about in the Book of Psalms. Over here. Because why? It's just death is just. Hey, it just runs rampant. Murders and homicide, whatever you want to call it, man. It's over here, and this is where you live in at. And then the scripture speaks about it now. Not only that, you as Israelites, you are in possession of that bloody man, so to speak, man. The sword, right? Because Esau was given the sword for a blessing. That's why they just full of bloodshed. It's killing. That's all they know is to kill, steal, and destroy. That's all they know. Rape, rob, murder. That's all they know. They can put on a liberal front, but ultimately, that's not gonna last. These people cannot. Hey, like I said, when they come to settle in scores, they gotta push a button, or they gotta draw a sword. They gotta. Hey, just look up the history, and you live amongst these people. And not only that, you see. And not only that, you live amongst these people. It tells you in Sirach chapter 9 verse 13 to say, keep thee far from the men that have power to kill. Right? Now you'll say, well, everybody has the power to kill, but nah. See, this man was tasked with that power. Like I said, that's his blessing. That's what he does. So he is Yahweh Shemashai's whooping stick. Just like Isaiah chapter 10 verse 5 speaks about, Assyria, the rod of my inheritance, right? So that Assyrian, of course, you go back to the ancient Assyrians, but the modern day Assyrian is the Edomites, so-called white men, right? They're your modern day Babylonians, right? Your modern day Egyptians, so forth and so on, spiritually, right? We do understand that those places exist physically, but when you understand in the spirit, and ultimately when the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, is dealing with you, then you can discern between the physical and the spirit. Yeah, we know Egypt is around, Yeah, we know that, Sodom was around. When we say spiritually, something was around, we know where the location is. But it's spiritually because it's talking about it's the same, vibration, the same energy, the same. So I guess, yeah, what's that? Anyway, but yeah, it's the same vibration, the same, mannerisms, customs, whatever you, like I said, whatever you want to put it out there, I can pull it back right here, so like here real quick, I see something smoking right there. So like, but yeah, so, but other than that though, so yes, that's the spirit that's here. Like, so the spirit of what? Death, right? That's what when you. Hey man, you people come from different countries and we see the nice skyscrapers and buildings and the lights and the sports and the cameras and the action, and yeah, you want to be a part of that, but you don't understand when you come to that. That's just to attract you to bring your dollar over there, right? But when you get over here, you live amongst these people, these heathens. Hey, then you see how, hey, look, hey, the spirit of what? Death and murder and all this, that, on Jake. But also plagued by curses and stuff like that, stuff like that. But hey, man, who puts out the rap stuff, and who puts out this, and who puts out that for you to listen to? Who put them on the mainstream media, the airways of the radio? Hey, you name it. Who does that? Right? Yeah, Esau, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof, right? If not where, then who is he? Roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, hey, we know that's talking about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, right? That so-called model citizen, the model race that the world's supposed to look at. Almost was bad. That the world is supposed to look after and look up to and want to be at. Like, well, as the world is seeing now, when it goes to the shameful spewing and all the diabolical things that they see that Esau do, and just all the just the wickedness that they behind. Now people are starting to turn a little side eye. Not only are people turning a side eye, even themselves, right? It speaks about what even their own tongue shall fall upon themselves, exposing themselves, this and that, whatever, thinking that they're gonna get some brownie points, or whatever the case may be, and whatever the case may be. Hey, I'm just gonna out them because you feel like we're in the wrong. Yeah, because you feel like we're in the same boat now. We'll say this: you are in the same boat as far as like being here on this landmass called Earth. Well, not landmass, but not Earth, but America. And you over here in that same boat. And if you a part, like I said, put it like this: you a heathen. There's no chance of survival for your ass. Period. Right now, an Israelite, you had to be an Israelite first and foremost, right? To even be considered to be saved anywhere, not even from over here, but just anywhere, period. The heathens who will be saved at that time will be preserved for what? Slavery. But as far as like a race, as far as like salvation, to be saved and called up, what they would call a rapture, this, that, to be beamed up, yeah, you have to solely be of the race of Israel. Yasha'Allah. You cannot, if you're not of the seed of Jacob, you are completely through. We don't care if you come from Abraham, Isaac, and then you segue to Esau somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're through. We don't care if you went from Abraham, go to Abraham to Ishmael. You through. We don't care if you Hebrew. No, we the Hebrews, we the actual like he said, we the Hebrews of the Hebrews, my nigga. It's like but yeah, but yeah though. So yeah, if you don't come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then from Jacob from his descendants, his sons, your ass is toast over here. Any damn way. Like, there's no, hey, can we consider? No, you other heathens are completely finished. So then, when it comes to that, now, like I said, it's a remnant, a predestined elect that's going to be saved. 1/3 over here in Babylon the Great will be preserved, but 2/3 of that nation will be cut off of Israel. So, hey, again, so I had to put it out there, yeah, so you heathens completely were never considered to be saved. You know what I mean? Oh, like the Lord care about y'all. Absolutely not, man. The Lord said y'all are like unto spit. He said y'all are counted to him as nothing. Hold on, less than nothing. So I had to do a little turn. So less than nothing. Y'all ain't shit to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely, well, like I say, we put it like this. Y'all ain't shit to us, and y'all definitely ain't shit from y'all about you. Like, I don't know how many definitely we could put in front of that. Never was considered. So, but yeah, that's ultimately, had to, put that out there. Like, hey, man, you gotta, walk circumspectly, man. The spirit, of death, of vengeance, of retribution, evil, rather become from a righteous standpoint, from a wicked standpoint. Hey, man, it's out there, man. And at the end of the day, who's behind it all? That's right. How about Shema Shai, right? Because what does it say? Zephaniah 3:5. It says what? The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring forth his judgment of light. He faileth not. Roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, every morning do he bring his judgment of light. Yeah, he faileth not. Yet the unjust knoweth no shame. Roughly paraphrase. I gotta, So hey, every day judgment's going forth. So like I said, these people who got caught in this little mass shooting, well, 3 of them they said died, others was injured. Hey, man, that's judgment. The people who died in that little monsoon, that storm, or the earthquake, or the wildfires, whatever the case may be, the wars or whatever. Hey, man, that's judgment, and it's not gonna stop. So again, man, as you say, scriptures say, seeing that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the times. Why? Because the days are evil, right? And we know that who's bringing the evil? Yahweh Shai. So you better be on the right hand side, or you're gonna get left. So, Lord willing, this in transit was edifying to the body. I'm going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.